Yes, good morning, boys. Good morning. We are starting with our discussion on rates of taxes. Yes, I gave you some homework questions, but before that, let's quickly do a revision of what and all we have discussed yesterday. Yes, good. We started with rates of taxes, people, where I told you if you want to understand tax rate liabilities, some rules have to be kept in mind. Rule number one is no, that's golden rules. I'm talking about tax rates related rules, people. Golden rule number one, your total income should always be rounded off to the nearest 10. Your tax liability should be rounded off to the nearest 10. Every time you want to find tax liability, you need to identify the person properly to make your answer statements of. We started with understanding what is called as individuals. We started with understanding of what is called as individuals, where we told there are two kinds of regimes to be answered on. One is called alternative or optional tax regime. The other is called default tax regime. Optional tax regime has three slabs. Slab number one says 0 to 0 to 2.5 lakhs, 0, 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs, 5%, 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, 20%. After 10 lakhs becomes 30%. Slab number 2 says 0 to 3 lakhs, 0, 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs, 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%. After that becomes 30%. And finally, we have the last slab, which is 0 to 5 lakhs, 0, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%. After that becomes 30%. How does the three slab works? The first slab is for all non-residents. The first slab is for all non-residents and for all residents who are at the age less than 60 years at any time during the previous year. Second slab works for any resident individual having an age 60 to 79 years completed meaning on 1st April he is deemed to have completed on 31st March. Yes, completed as on that year. And the last one says resident individual aged more than 80 or 80 and more is going to be part of it. Yes, every time you have a slab, people, you're going to split them into three categories. Category number one is going to be called poor category. Category number two is going to be called middle class, and category three is rich category. Poor category gets a rebate up to a total income of 5 lakhs with an exemption amount of 12,500 or tax liability, whichever is lower, not applicable on LTCG under section 112A. If you're a middle class, whatever slabs you have done is the final answer of. But if you're going to surcharge is going to be for a total income more than 50 lakhs, 10%, more than 1 crore, 15%, more than 2 crores, 25%, and more than 5 crores, 37%. Now this thing we did not discuss, but I'm assuming you know, people, that when it comes to 25 and 37, this 25 and 37 is not applicable for go ahead, dividends. Next, it's not applicable on dividends and salary. Nope. Next, it's not applicable on dividends and all special capital gains 112, 112A, 111A and dividend income. 4 incomes, people, which are not liable for 25 37 income tax said. If you are going to have a 25 and 37, these 4 incomes will say I will restrict to 15%. I will end up restricting to 15%. How does application work? You will do the question and you will understand this off. Yes, but 4 slabs, the last 2 slab, which is 25 and 37, do not apply to once again, people, do not apply to dividends 112A, 112 and 111A. These are not applicable. Maximum surcharge becomes 15%. Clear? Yes, great. Then we move on to the default tax regime, the amendments of the current year, where income tax is 0 to 4 lakhs, 0, 4 lakhs to 8 lakhs, 5%, 8 to 12 lakhs, 10%, 12 to 16, 15%, 16 to 20 becomes 20%, 20 to 24 becomes 25, and then 24 above is 30%. Again, you'll split yourself into rich, poor, middle class. Poor category comes when total income is up to 12 lakhs, rebate amount is 60,000 or tax liability, whichever is lower. But here you can't claim rebate on any special incomes. Middle class category has no problems. Rich category ends up at more than 50 lakhs, 10%. After that, 15% more than 1 crore and 25% more than 2 crores. Do we have any 5 crores? No, we end up at 2 crores and we leave it here. Again, the same rule, people, when it comes to 2 crores, you are not applicable on dividends 112A, 112 and 111A. Maximum surcharge is 15%. That is what we discussed of. Yes, then we have our special tax rates, people. Special tax rates, like we have capital gains. 112 becomes 12.5%. 112A becomes 12.5, exceeding 1.25 lakhs. 111A becomes 20%, becomes 20%. Then we have winnings, casual income taxable at 30%, online winnings at 30%, carbon credits at 10%, royalty invented in India 10%, VDA transfers 30%. That is what we discussed in the last class. Yes or no? Yes. Now I have to give you some insights before I take you to the sums of the next thing. But before that, let's check on the homework question. What is the homework question looking like? I had asked you to compute the tax on Mrs. Sundari having a resident income of 5,03,000 under ATR, 12,10,000 under DTR, 2 crore 1 lakh under ATR, and 5 crore 1 lakh under DTR. This is what the question was. One by one, people. On the left side, my income is 5,03,000. Tell me what was the answer you got? $624. Oh, 13,624. Very good. Confidently 24 भी बोल रहे हो ना? Confidently 24 भी आ रहा है हाथ में, देखो. Number is 13,620. 620 क्या आया? 300 ही आया. 310. अच्छा, इतना बेसिक क्वेश्चन है. चलो people, for the first 2.5 lakhs the tax is 0. 2.5 to 5 lakhs, which is the incremental 2.5 lakhs पे tax is 12,500. बचा 3,000. 3,000 पे 20, कौन 10% बोला? 3,000 पे 20%. 3,000 पे 20%. Number is 600. Number is 600. Number becomes 13,100. Adding cess on the number. 13,620 to be rounded off to 620. People, round off and all cannot be a mistake you can make. 13,620. 13,620. 10%. Chalo, take it, no problem. At least be careful in the next rows, people. I'm assuming that this mistake is happening because surcharge mein 10 hai, yahan pe nahi hai, so it's very confusing. I know, but it takes some time and you have to put it out together. Yes, which is why I keep telling you, when I ask you something in the class, please repeat along with me. It becomes easier if you start remembering things like that. Yes, very good. When we have the next scenario where it is 12 lakh 10,000. Now people, this is under DTR. This is under DTR. Yes, what is the answer that you got? Answer which you got is 10,000. क्यों भाई? Very good. Yes, here is the concept of marginal rebate. Here is the concept of marginal rebate. Let's understand this carefully, people. What is going to happen? I am going to come and tell you that your income is how much? 12 lakh 10,000. Your income is how much? 12 lakh 10,000. Help me with the normal tax liability. What is the normal tax liability? I will say for the first 0 to 4 lakhs, answer is 0. Next, for the incremental 4 lakh to 8 lakh, answer is 20,000. And then 8 lakh to 12 lakh is 40,000. And then incremental 10,000 will be taxable at 15%. 15%. Answer is 1,500. Taking the total as 61,500. Now, I want you to understand this carefully. People, my tax liability has come to 61,500. Whereas if you notice, my income is 12 lakh 10,000. Had my income been 12 lakhs, my tax would have been 0. Had my income been 12 lakhs, my tax would have been 0. Tell me why. I get a rebate. Now, if you think about this carefully, how much extra did I earn? 10,000. I earned extra 10,000. You asked me to pay 61,500. For earning an extra 10,000, you are asking me to pay 61,500. Would I like to pay? Would I like to pay? I would might as well tell government, sir, you keep the 10,000. You keep the 10,000. At least I will save 51,500. Correct, not correct? So I made a proposal to government and I said 10,000 tum rakh lo. I don't want this 10,000 rupees. I will not pay the balance. I will not pay the balance. Will government agree? Yes, logically makes sense. Logically, when you know that you're up to 12 lakhs, you should have not paid any tax. Unnecessary for earning a 10,000 rupees. If you ask me to pay 61,500, that seems wrong. Seems very wrong. Therefore, government will say you do one thing. You surrender your 10,000 rupees to me. I will not ask for anything extra. I will not ask for anything extra. People, how much are you surrendering? 10,000. How much are you not ready to give? 51,500. This 51,500 which I am not ready to give will now be referred to as marginal rebate. Will be referred to as marginal rebate. Thereby making my tax liability as 10,000. My tax liability becomes 10,000, giving me my cess as 10,400. Giving me my round off cess as 10,400. Yes or no? Yes. Now, I want you to look at this carefully, people. I am on the left side now. 5,02,000. I am on the left side. 5,02,000. How much income did I earn? 5,02,000. How much tax did you ask me to pay? 13,100. You asked me to pay 13,100 before cess. You asked me to pay 13,100 before cess. Had I earned only 5 lakhs, my tax would have been 0. My tax would have been 0, which means earning extra 2,000 rupees, you're asking me to pay 13,000. You're asking me to pay 13,000. Fair, not fair? Fair, not fair? Upper left side also I should do the same thing. Left side also I should do the same thing. I should come and say, boss, I will give you the 2,000 rupees. I won't pay extra. I won't pay extra. Logical? Yes. Unfortunately, it was never introduced. Unfortunately, it was never introduced. Therefore, people in old regimes, you don't have the concept of marginal rebate. If you increase your rupee by 1 also from 5 lakhs, even if 1 rupee is more than 5 lakhs, you are not a poor guy. You are automatically in middle class category without any rebates. But in new regime, if you are a little bit more than 12 lakhs, you can defend yourself by saying, sir, I was very close to the poor bucket and therefore I would like my rebates back. I would like my rebates back. I will surrender my extra income, make me poor. Make me poor. So you surrendered your 10,000 rupees, made yourself poor by not claiming the 51,500 as a tax liability. Yes. So what you need to understand is when it comes to marginal rebate, it is only for default regime. It is not for alternate regime. Are we making sense? Yes. Very good. With that, people, we can move on forward to the next question called as 2 crore 1 lakh. This one is ATR. This one is ATR. Help me out, people. What is my income? My income is 2 crore 1 lakh. I'll have to first compute my tax. Yes. Help me out. My tax liabilities for the first 10 lakhs. I can say 1 lakh 12,500. Shortcut method. Yes. You can say for the first 10 lakhs, it is 1 lakh 12,500. For the balance, 57 lakh 30,000. Totaling my tax to 58,42,500. Yes, 58,42,500 is what my tax liability is, on which I'll now have to levy surcharge at the rate of 20. Very good, because your income has crossed 2 crores. Therefore, 25% surcharge adding up to 70. Oh, it's a total बता रहे हो क्या? Okay, total is 73 lakh 3,125. Yes, on this I will add cess. Correct? No, you can't add cess because there is a problem now. Same issue has happened, people. My income is sitting at 2 crore 1 lakh. Had my income been 2 crore, you would have levied a surcharge of 15%. For increasing that extra 1 lakh rupee, you're asking me to pay extra surcharge of 10%. I would like to check if this is justified enough. Yes, so let's check if it is justified enough. What happens if my total income was 2 crores? What happens if my total income was 2 crores? If my total income was 2 crores, my income first 10 lakhs would have been 1 lakh 12,500. For the balance, I would have paid 57 lakhs, totaling to 58 lakh 12,500. On this, I will levy a surcharge of Only 15% because my income is only 2 crores. Adding up the number becomes 6684 375. Tell me people, what is my incremental tax? I should have paid 7303,125. I should have paid 7303,125. If my income was 2 crores, I would have paid 6684,375, meaning my incremental taxes. My incremental taxes 6 lakh 750. My incremental taxes 6,18,750. What is my incremental income? My incremental income is 1 lakh. You are asking me to pay 6 lakhs when I am earning only 1 lakh rupee. Justified. What would you say? I'll give away 1 lakh. I don't want anything extra. I don't want anything extra. You are ready to give away 1 lakh. You are not ready to give away 5 lakh 18,750, which is what we now call as marginal relief. Which is what we now call as marginal relief. Yes or no? Yes. So this 5,18,750 is what I'm not going to pay, which means this number now hits my top. 5,18,750. 5,18,750 as my MR. As my MR, giving me my tax liability as 6784 375. People check karo same number. Check karo same number. Yes, yahan se what will I do? Simply add my cess. Simply add my cess. Adding my cess on this number, answer becomes 70 lakh. 70 lakh 55,750 is my final answer. Is my final answer. Sabko ye aaya? Yes, this is what the answer is. Now, before I proceed forward to the next question, people, my question is very simple. What do you think? Is marginal relief and marginal rebate as a concept a good concept, a bad concept? What do you think? Is marginal relief as a concept a good concept or a bad concept? You like it? You like it? Why? Because? Why? Because your tax is going lower. Agreed? You like it because your tax is going lower. Agreed, not agreed? Yes. I have a very simple question. Look at the second scenario. Look at the second scenario. How much extra did I earn? How much extra did I earn? 10,000. How much am I paying? How much am I paying finally? How much am I paying finally? 10,000. How much did you earn? How are you paying 10,400? If you think about this, how much extra did you earn? 10,000. You want an extra 10,000, but government is asking you 10,400. Tell me, are you being a good person, bad person? Doesn't make sense. Still doesn't make sense. It's still not a good scheme, because one thing which got missed out when marginal relief and marginal rebate as a concept was being introduced is people were too panicking and people were too hurried on the fact that they saw 61,500, they got panicked. And they said at that stage that I want a relief. They want a relief. They never realized that after this also there is something called cess. Ideally, if you wanted a relief, you should have asked it after cess. You should have asked it after cess. Without asking it after cess, you panicked at 61,500, you said I want relief. Because of which what happened? I computed your tax of 10,000 and then I said, you forgot cess. You have to pay me that also, because at the end of the day, this is important for India. You have to give money for health and education. So therefore, you have to add an additional 4%. I asked you to pay 10,400 rupees unnecessarily. Correcta? Correcta? This is what I was telling you people. Understand, as a CA, what is your job? Your job is to save tax. Your job is to save money. As a CA, what is your job? Your job is to save tax, save money. Once again, your job is to save tax, save money. Save. People, a client comes to you and comes and says, I want to pay lower tax. What will you say? Become poor. Correct? No. You'll go to him and come and say, spend all your money, become poor, don't pay tax, good for you. Will he come back to you ever again? Will he come back to you ever again? People are CA, if a person is being approached for, it's only because he will come and say, I want my money, but also don't want to pay tax. But also don't want to pay tax. Agreed, not agreed? Now tell me people, if a scenario like this comes before you as a CA, where someone says my income is 12,10,000 rupees, will you say no problem sir, 12,10,000 hi to hai, you will claim marginal rebate, pay 10,400 rupees? He will slap on your face and go away. Why? People, he earned extra 10,000. You're asking him to pay 10,400. You're asking him to pay 10,400. What is the alternate suggestion you will give him? You spend off the 10,000 rupees somewhere. Correct, not correct? People, if you spend off the 10,000, you will only lose 10,000 in your hand. Had you spent the 10,000 rupees, you would have only lost 10,000 in your hand. You will become a poor, no tax for you. But here is where you are being nice to government. You are paying 10,000 to government instead of claiming 10,400 payment. Which means here you are losing 10,400 rupees for earning 10,000 rupees. On the contrary, had you spent the 10,000 somewhere else, you would have first got benefit for yourself. 10,000 is used for yourself. Second, you did not pay extra 400 also. Yes, as a concept, people, marginal relief and rebate looks like a good concept, where you'll say, yes, you know what, 61,500, say I'm paying 10,400. But at the end of the day, if you realize, you never had to pay the 10,000 also. Correct, not correct? Yes. So as a concept, at least in my practical world, when someone comes and says, should I claim marginal rebate and relief? I will say no. I will say no. I will straightforward come and tell him, boss, you might as well spend the money off. It is easier for you to spend the money than pay the extra cess. Pay the extra spes. Logically correct? Yes. Just be smart about this, people, nothing else. Yes. Marginal relief and rebate as such is a very pathetic concept. Until they remove the cess concept of, it is a pathetic concept. But that's unfortunate enough in your exams. Please bear in mind that any relief or rebate which you give should be given before cess. Cess is always the last item. You cannot have cess before those items. Don't get that confusion in exam. Are we clear? Are we clear? Yes, perfect. With that gives me the last one, people. I think the last one should be fairly easy. This was only to test you out. What is the last one? Last one is 5 crores, 1 lakh. But there is a twist here. This is as per DTR. This is as per DTR. Yes, help me out. What is happening? My income is 5 crore, 1 lakh. For the first 24 lakhs. For the first 24 lakhs, I think the tax liability is 3 lakhs. Very good. This is a shortcut for you. Yes, you can remember this as a shortcut in exam. In default regime, for the first 24 lakhs, answer is going to be 3 lakhs. You can just directly write it off. ICI will give you marks. There is no rule to show the whole format template. It's enough if you write it that way also. Yes, balance 1 crore 43 lakh 10,000. Very good. 1 crore 43 lakh 10,000. Adding up number 2. 1 crore 46 lakh 10,000. On this, I will now levy a surcharge of. Very good. I am in default regime. Surcharge becomes 25%. Number is. Forget the number. I want the final answer. 1 crore 82 lakhs 62,500. Question: will I get marginal relief? Will I get marginal relief? No, you will not get any marginal relief because the nearest slab for you is not at 5. The nearest slab for you is 2. The nearest slab for you is going to be 2 crores, which means even if you have to check for marginal relief, you'll check by using 2 crores. And if you're checking by using 2 crores, the incremental income with you is 3 crore 1 lakh. With an incremental 3 crore 1 lakh, there is no possibility in life that your tax will be higher. That your tax will be higher, which means here there is no requirement to check marginal relief. Adding the cess directly. Adding the cess directly, answer is 1 crore 89 lakh 93,000. Oh, 93,000. Okay, that's the final answer. That's the final answer. Clear? Yes, yes. Upon marginal relief, people, the one thing which you need to understand is I will only check for marginal relief when my income is very close to a slab where the surcharge is changing. Should be very close to a slab where the surcharge is changing. If the surcharge is not going to change at that slab, there is no point of discussing on marginal relief. Yes, yes, that is how the concept looks like. Now, I know I've confused you with DTR, people, but my question is very simple. Do you get marginal relief in DTR normally? Had I given you this 2 crore 1 lakh in DTR, would you have got marginal relief? Would you have got marginal relief? Yes. Understand this carefully. Out of the 4 concepts we learnt, 3 will apply to everyone. 3 will apply to everyone, which means DTR gets both the marginal relief and marginal rebate. Whereas ATR gets marginal relief, does not get marginal rebate. That is the only concept which is missing. So a DTR, both the poor and rich have benefits. But in ATR, only the rich have benefits, poor have no benefits. Poor have no benefits. That is what the conditions are. Are we clear? Yes. Now, again, more inter-syllabus people, not tested at final, but this was an exception. Your RTP of 2020 September 25, your RTP of September 25 suddenly got a DTAA question, and in the DTAA question, they started asking your margin relief on 5 crore levels. On 5 crore levels, no one expected it itself in the question paper. They just wrote down the 5 crores and they ended up computing tax by claiming reliefs. They did not realize the fact that they have to give marginal reliefs. Question ended up going completely wrong. Yes. So a hint for you in exam is when you check these kind of numbers, ask yourself a weird question. ICI could have given you 5 crores itself. Why on earth is ICI giving you 5 crore 1 lakh? Showing a very close number, something seems wrong. Something seems wrong. The nothing wrong is but marginal relief. That's a question mark you're going to ask yourself, people. Yes, you always have this question, no, when you do calculator. The calculator करते समय अगर round off number आ रहा है तो you feel like yes, I've done everything right. But when you see a weird number, you're like, no, weird number aa raha hai, kuch to galat hai, I'll try once again. Yes, same question you're going to ask in exam. You're going to look at a number and you say, weird number aa raha hai, ajeeb to hai, something is wrong. Let's try marginal relief. Let's see the concept of. That is what you should be doing in exams. Are we clear? Yes, people online, is the answers matching? Submute my button. Yes. So marginal relief and marginal rebate is for poor people, relief is for rich persons. If that is the concept you're asking for, yes, the format remains the same. Nothing is going to change in the format, but yeah, the understanding is that the marginal relief can only come for poor categories. Okay. So the marginal relief is not applicable, marginal rebate is not applicable for alternate tax regime. Yes. Newly introduced concept or? It's a newly introduced concept. No, so basically marginal rebate was never there since eternity. Right, but when default tax regime was introduced, they brought it as an extra concept. Okay, because previously what happened, default taxation, the normal provisions having the margin. Now suddenly the default tax will become 115 BSC, so the marginal rebate has been introduced for that. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Thank you. The last number which you're going to offer to income tax, ICI. No, after. Yes, the round off condition happens at the last stage. If you remember, we did it at step number 14. Step number 14 is nothing but the answer which you're going to offer to ICI, which means this is the number after which there is nothing else given by ICI. That would be the number you will end up rounding off. Yes, now in this, people, I'm rounding off right now because I've not given you any other facts. Assuming I would have given you something like TDS credit, advanced tax credit, I would reduce those credit and only then do the round offs. Yes, round off only happens at the very last stage, which means you're plating this to ICI saying this is what I have for you. That is the number which you will end up rounding off, nothing before that. Nothing before that. Are we clear? Yes? Perfect. Now, I'm going to give you some questions for you to solve off, people, but let me cover off a bit of a concept here and there, because then you should not come and say, Rahul, padaya nahi, tum pooch liya karke. Yes? Let's understand a few things. First, like I told you, people, when it comes to surcharge, I've told you when it comes to surcharge, the enhanced surcharge of 25 and 37 is not applicable on 4 incomes. Items are dividends, 112A, 112, money. These 4 incomes will not be liable for enhanced surcharge of 25 and 37. You will only levy 15%. How does this operate? Very simple. You will look at your total income. If your total income is less than 2 crores, if your total income is less than 2 crores, you will say, boss, anyway, it's less than 2 crores. The maximum I could have levied is 15. So it doesn't matter. I can check everything together. But if the total income goes more than 2 crores, you will immediately raise an alarm. You'll raise an alarm, 4 people will stand up and the 4 people will come and say, I am not party to you. I am working separately. We are not the same bro. Yes. So the 4 people will come and say, I will only levy 15. You take care of yourself. In simple words, the moment you see your total income is more than 2 crores, you will automatically stand up and come and say, LTCG, STCG, dividend income. These 3 people will come and say, I only want 15%. I am not taking the 25 and 37. That 25 and 37 is for you people, not for me, which means the moment you see 2 crores, people, you will split your incomes. Certain incomes will go to 25 and 37. Certain incomes will go to 15%. Are we making sense? Yes, that is rule number 1. Rule number 2. If I give you a hypothetical scenario, I already have it in my questions, but I'm just putting it out to you. Imagine this hypothetical scenario where I come and tell you my PGBP income, for example, is 1 crore 80 lakhs. My PGBP income is 1 crore 80 lakhs. And then I have some 112. This 112 has come to 25 lakhs. Tell me people, what is my total income? 2 crore 5 lakhs. Now, assuming marginal relief is not a concept, forget that concept, we'll come to that later on. Assuming marginal relief is not a concept, the moment the income went to 2 crore 5 lakhs, automatically 4 people stood up and they said, I will not take 25, I will only take 15. Who is that 4 people? 112, 112A, 111A, and dividend income. You see any of those 4? Yes, which one? 112. 112 will stand up and come and say, I'm sorry, I am only taking 15% surcharge. I am not going more than that. I am not going more than that. Which means he said, I am not friend to you. I am outside. I am outside. Now stands PGBP separately. This PGBP standing separately and coming and saying, okay, I need to find my surcharge. I need to find my surcharge. Tell me the rate. Tell me the rate. 15, 25. क्यों? 15, हाँ. 15, 25 कहाँ से आया? क्यों? The total income has crossed 2 crores, so it should be 25. Agreed, not agreed? Yes. Here is where friendship works carefully, people. Hey, when capital gains came and said, I will not be friend to you. Apo PGBP will also come and say, why should I take 20? Because of you. Correct, not correct? When capital gains became a separate party and he said, I will not take 25, PGBP will also say, because of you, I will not take 25. Correct, not correct? Which means the moment capital gains separated himself, PGBP also said, I am a separate group. I am a separate group. The moment PGBP said he is a separate group, look at his income. What is his income? 1 crore 85, which is sitting below 2 crores, which is sitting below 2 crores. The moment that is sitting below 2 crores, he will come and say, I will also take only 15. I will also take only 15. Why should I take 25? Because of you. You are anyway not being my friend. Why should I pay extra tax? Why should I pay extra tax? Agreed, not agreed? So here is where PGBP will also sit at 15%. Will sit at 15%. Clear? Yes. Same logic, people. Imagine if PGBP is now showing 4 crore 80 lakhs. Tell me my total income. 5 crore 5 lakhs. The moment it is 5 crore 5 lakhs, 112 said, I will take only 15. Which means I am not your friend. I am not your friend. The moment he said, I am not your friend, PGBP came and said, then don't associate. If you don't associate, I am looking standalone. Standalone is 4 crores, which is less than 5 crores, which means PGBP will ask for only 25. Will PGBP agree for 37? No, PGBP will not agree for 37. Yes or no? Yes. So what is the concept, people? The concept says the moment your total income is more than 2 crores, 4 people will say, give me only 15. Balance people will come and say, I will look separately. I will look separately. Looking separately, if my income is more than 2 crores, I will pay 25. But if I am less than 2 crores, I am going to only pay 15. I am not taking my hit because of you. I am not taking my hit because of you. Agreed, not agreed? Yes. This is the most weirdest concept you would have learned, people, because a chart has been given to you. It says total income including 4 incomes is more than 1 crore. Total income including 4 incomes is more than 2 crores. Total income excluding 4 incomes is more than 2 crores but less than 5 crores. And then total income excluding 4 income is more than 5 crores. Last will say total income including the 4 incomes but not covered above. But not covered above. Some stupidity is going to happen, people. Yes. Basically, they're coming and saying in simple words that the moment it is more than 2 crores, I am not party to you. I will look at myself separately, you look at yourself separately. 4 incomes will say I want 15, others will say I will look at myself separately. Myself, if I am more than 2 crores, I will pay 25. But if I am not more than 2 crores, I am only going to pay 15%. I'm only going to pay 15%. Are we making sense? Yes. Let me help you understand this with the help of a small example also, people. It's there in your concept guides, but I am going to look it out. You're going to tell me what the rates are. Yes. Scenarios are like this. Scenarios are like this. I've given you some scenarios, people, where basically what has happened is I've given you 3 things. One is specified income, one is other income, last is total income. Specified income means 4 things. Dividends, 112, 112A, 111A. Yes, 4 incomes are there. Other incomes means anyone else. Anyone else. All numbers given to you are in lakhs. Keep that in mind. Now what you're going to do is, people, you're simply going to tell me kaun se ke liye kitna surcharge. You're going to put surcharge for what and how much. For what and how much. Scenario number 1. I am at case number A. Case number A says my specified income is 15 lakhs. My other income is 25 lakhs. Total income is 40 lakhs. People, my total income itself is 40 lakhs. More than 2 crores, less than 2 crores. Less than 2 crores. When I'm less than 2 crores, I will check together or I will look separately. I will check together. If I'm checking together, income is less than 50 lakhs. Surcharge is 0 for both. Surcharge is 0 for both. Correct? Yes. Next, case number 2. Income is 15, other is 75, total is 90. Total is 90 lakhs. I will check together. If it is together, more than 50 lakhs, less than 1 crore, surcharge becomes, very good, surcharge becomes 10%. Yes. Next, I am at 15 lakhs, 1 crore 70 lakhs, total is 1 crore 85, still less than 2 crores. I will ask for together. If I'm checking together, more than 1 crore, less than, surcharge rate is, very good, surcharge rate is 15%. Yes. Then I am at 15 lakhs with 3 crore 95, total is 4 crore 10. 4 crore 10. People, more than 2 crores. I will split karte. Special income said I want only 15%. The other guy said I will look separately. Looking separately, his income is 3 crore 95, more than, less than, total is, very good. I am at 15 with 565, total is 580. 5 crore 80 becomes split, 15 becomes 15, 565 becomes 30. Very good. Chalo. People, I am at 60 with 30, total is 90 lakhs. I will check together. If I'm checking together, it is more than 50 lakhs, less than 1 crore. Number is on, very good. 1 crore 85 is less than 2 crores. I will check together. Surcharge is 15 on, very good. Next, I am at 4 crore 10. 4 crore 10 is more than 2 crore. I will split. Special becomes 15. After that, it becomes 25. Yes, after a point of time, people will become mechanical, nothing else. Yes, I am at 5 crore 80. 5 crore 80 becomes split. Special becomes 5 crore 20 is 30. Very good. I am at 1 crore 85. Now 1 crore 85 mein 1 crore 30 is special. Others is 55. I will together 1 crore 30 is 15. 55 is, very good. 55 is 15 because I'm checking together. I am at 4 crore 10. In 4 crore 10, 130 is split. Split becomes 15. 280 becomes 20. Very good. I'm at 5 crore 80. Now notice carefully, people. I'm at 5 crore 80. 5 crore 80 means my surcharge rate should be 37. But I am now splitting. The moment I split, 130 became 15. 450 said, boss, I will not take 37 because of you. Separately, if I check, I am at 25. I only want 25. I am not taking 37. I am not taking 37. Agreed? Yes. Similar things. Last three. People, I am at 4 crore 10. I will split. 220 becomes 15. 190 becomes 190 becomes, very good. Yes, I am less than 2 crores becomes 15. Last two. I am at 5 crore 80. I am at 5 crore 80. I will split kiya to 220 is 360 is 25. Although total is 37, I will still go for 15 and 25 because we check separately. Very good. Last one तुमने answer कर दिया तो मजे ही मजे. Yes. Last one says 5 crore 80. I will split. Special is 15. Others is others is 15, 10, 15. तुम हाथ दे दो बस. Yes, number is 15. Number is 15. This is where you did not understand the concept properly. Understand this carefully, people. Income tax ने क्या बोला? Income tax had a problem with 25 and 37. Income tax had a problem with 25 and 37. Did they ever have a problem with 15? When the amendment was introduced also, everything was 15. It is just that they introduced 25 and 37, which is where 4 people said, I don't want it. At no point of time did anyone come and say that you have to come down to lower rates. At the end of the day, is your income more than 1 crore? At the end of the day, is your income, not standalone income, total income. Is your total income more than 1 crore? Yes, which means you were bare minimum liable for 15. Had I not brought the 25 and 37 also, it would have been 15. Which means pre-amendment also you were paying 15. Just because amendment came in, can you come and ask for a lower number? Can you come and ask for a lower number? Imagine this example, no? What if I change this 55 to 10? Will you come and say surcharge is 0? Will you come and say, you will say, Rahul, for capital gains you put 15% surcharge. For normal income, I am a middle class guy. People can, between incomes you be changing slabs. Chhod usko. Imagine if I come and make it 3. You will come and say, Rahul, meko rebate chahiye. Will you ask rebate? People, at the end of the day, your income is more than 1 crore. You are bare minimum liable for 15%. Can you come and ask for a lower number? Yes, if you remember, I told you this. When I told your income is more than 2 crores, I will split and CG will ask for 15. Everyone else will also ask for 15, but will go to 25 and 37. Matlab bare minimum 15 hai. 15 ke niche nahi jayega. You can't go less than 15. You can't go less than 15. This was one of the most famous questions in your inter syllabus. Yes, one of the most famous questions in your inter syllabus, which 99% you end up making mistakes because you say 10. You say 10. Now, people, you can imagine this other way also. Imagine this 5 crore 80 case. Imagine this 5 crore 80 case. There is a 5 crore 80 here. Yes. Now, I want you to understand this. My total income is 5 crore 80. You ended up splitting this. You ended up splitting this. My question is very simple. When you split this, capital gains was only sitting at 15. Why did you not ask for 0 surcharge? You get my question? When 5 crore 80 was given to you, if you split and checked, you should have told capital gains should say, I should look separately, give me 0 surcharge. Why did you give 15 that time? Because you decided that it is minimum 15. When you decided it is minimum 15 for capital gains, it's minimum 15 for other income also. Correct? No? Yes or no? So be very smart on this carefully, people. Nothing else. Are we making sense? Yes. So this is the first concept which you have to keep in mind, that when it comes to surcharge, you are not going to levy 25 and 37 on other incomes, but at the same time you have to bare minimum levy 15% to the extent of it. Are we clear? Are we clear? Yes. Now all these are not tested at final level, people. These are more inter topics. They have better things to test in final level, so you don't expect this in exam, but nevertheless, good insights and learning for you. Shall we? Yes. Perfect. This then brings me to the next concept on the special rates. I want to ask you a few questions. You give me the answers, we move forward. Question number 1. People, I'm going to take all my incomes, I'm going to split them into 2. 1 normal incomes, 1 special incomes. Yes. Now, in my normal incomes, can I claim expenses? In my normal incomes, can I claim expenses? In my special income, can I claim expenses? In my special income, can I claim expenses? Can I claim expenses? No. No. People, here what we are going to do is, when we talk about special incomes, I'm going to split them into 2 buckets. Understand this carefully. When I look at the special incomes, the first one is capital gains. Income tax is trying to give you a higher rate of tax or lower rate of tax? Think again. Income tax is trying to give you a higher rate of tax or a lower rate of tax? Had you taxed this in slab, you might have gone till 30 also. But now they're taxing only at 12.5, which means government is trying to give you a higher tax or lower tax. In the eyes of government, capital gains is a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing. In the eyes of government, capital gains is a good thing. They're trying to promote it, which is why they're giving lower tax. Agreed. Yes. On the contrary, look at casual income. Tax is 30%. Government is trying to promote, not promote. Yes or no? Yes. Which means in special itself, now I'm going to break them into 2. Items which government likes and items which government does not like. Items which government likes and items which government does not like. Yes. Now, I'm asking the same question. People, I'm going to incur expense to make that income. First income I told is capital gains. Government likes, not likes. Government likes. Government will give you the expense, not give you the expense. Will give you the expense. I am having lottery money. On that lottery, I'm making expense. Will government give you the expense, not give you the expense? Government will not give you the expense. Why? Because government is anyway not happy with you earning it. In which case, government will say, I want tax on gross number itself. Which is what, if you remember in last classes, we discussed income means revenue minus Very good. Revenue minus allowable expenses. Casual income does not get any expenses. Fully disallowed. Which is what, if you remember, people, I gave you the Qureshi case law. Yes, unexplained income. I went ahead. I had some losses in my stock. I went and I asked for expenses. Government said not given. Government said not given. That's because of this rules. When government does not like something, government will not give you the expense on it. Government will not give you the expense on it. Are we making sense? Yes. So question number 1. Can I claim expenses on normal income? Yes. Can I claim expenses on capital gains? Yes. Can I claim expenses on special incomes which are not capital gains? Can I? No, I can't claim expenses on those incomes. Agreed? Agreed. Question number 2. Can I have losses in normal income? Yes. Can I have losses in capital gains? Yes. Can I have losses in lottery income? Yes. How do you get loss? I'll come to that part. Abhi ke liye. Lottery mein can you have expenses? Can you have expenses in lottery? When you're not going to have expenses in lottery, how the hell will you incur losses? Yes, my revenue is there, my expense is zero. Apo loss hone ke chance? Zero. Loss hone ke chance? Zero. Yes, so can you have losses? No, you can't have any losses. Agreed, not agreed? Yes, apo people, if you get a question in exam, where they say loss from winnings, you will, very good, you will ignore it off. You will go and tell back ICI, this is not possible. There is no way that you could have had a loss. You are simply defeating the purpose of the law. This is not permitted. This is not permitted. Are we clear? Yes. So what is the question, people? Can you have losses in normal? Yes. Can you have losses on special capital gains? Yes. Can you have losses in special others? No, you can't have losses in special others. Agreed? Agreed. VDA is an exception, people. We'll come back to that discussion later on. Shall we? Yes. Question number 3. Can I set off my other losses against normal income? Basically, I have a PGBP loss. Can I set off against IFOS income? Can I? Yes, perfectly permitted. Question. I have PGBP loss. Can I set off against capital gains? Can I set off against capital gains? Can you? Yes. People, think about this carefully. In PGBP, my tax rate was 30%. If I had asked for a refund, government would have given me 30 refund. Capital gains, I have to pay 12.5. So if you think about this, if I would have got a 30 refund and I would have paid 12.5, I would have lost, I would have gained differential money. Here is government coming and saying set off. The moment you ended up setting off, what happened? You never paid anything extra. You never paid anything extra. Who's earning money here then? Government is earning money. When government is earning money, government will permit set off. Government will permit set off. Think about this once again, people. Imagine there is 100 rupees PGBP loss. There is 100 rupees CG income. 100 rupees PGBP loss. You should have got a refund of 30. 100 rupees CG income. You should have paid a tax of 12.5, which means net netta you should have got refund. Net netta you should have got refund. How much? 17.5. Yes, so you should have gone to government and say, sir, 30 rupees you give me refund, 12.5 I will give you, net netta I will make profit. I will make profit. Here government says, boss, you set off. The moment you ended up setting off, what happened? You got no refund. Apo, who got the money? Government got the money. Will they allow? Perfectly permitted. Perfectly permitted. Which is why, can you set off losses against CG? Answer is very good. Answer is yes. Answer is yes. Any doubts? No. People, can you set off losses against winnings? Why? Same logic. Same logic. PGBP, people, I have 30 rupees refund, but 30 rupees refund is on the assumption that it is after 10 lakhs. What if I had slab? What if I had slab? Assuming approximately PGBP, when I computed, my refund should have been 17 rupees. Winnings ka I should have paid 30, which means net netta I should have paid more. Net netta I should have paid more. Here if I ask for set off, government will lose money. Will government allow lose money? No. So government said not permitted. Government said not permitted. Basically, people, losses as a chapter is department friendly. Losses is not assessee friendly. You have no provision in the assessment chapter of losses where you are going to make profits. Only government is going to make money out of it. Yes or no? Yes. So what is going to happen? Can I set off losses against normal income? Yes. Can I set off losses against capital gains? Yes. Can I set off losses against casual income? Not permitted. Not permitted. Any doubts on this part? Any doubts on this part? Ready to go? Yes. Last question. People, can you get rebate on normal income? Can you get rebate on normal income? Yes. Can you get rebate on capital gains? Hey. Very good. Can you claim rebate on capital gains? Yes, except for 112A. If I'm in ATR, if I'm in DTR, then no. But if I'm in ATR, I can. Correct. Yes. Question number 3. Can I claim rebate on winnings? Can I claim rebate on winnings? Very good. People, when I discussed rebate with you, what did I told? When I discussed rebate with you, I told not applicable on 112A. Did I ever tell you you can't claim it on lottery? Did I ever tell you you can't claim it on lottery? It's very simple, people. You are poor. Even if you win lottery, you are poor. After winning lottery also, if you are poor, then I should at least give you some benefit back. No. So 12,500 at least I'll give you back there. I will give you back there. Can I claim rebate on lottery? Yes. No restrictions here. No restrictions here. You are perfectly permitted to claim lottery pay rebate. Can I claim rebate on online winnings? Can I claim rebate on VDA transfers? Yes. Any bloody thing you do is eligible for rebate except for 112A. Except for 112A. I'm going to ask you a weird question, people. Think about this carefully and tell me. Can you claim rebate on illegal income? The 60%. I have done 60 plus 25 plus 4, 78% I have paid a tax. Illegal income, if you remember, we discussed. Yes. Illegal income pe can I claim rebate? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. People, after doing illegal also, if you're only earning 5 lakh rupees, yes, this is government way of sarcasm to you. Yes, this is government way of sarcasm to you. इतना मेहनत करके भी 5 ही आ रहे तो मतलब ही क्या है? Take rebate, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The only thing you have to keep in mind, people, you can't claim the full 78% obviously, because you'll only get the 12,500. Yes, so up to 12,500 you will get the rebate, balance will become taxable. But can you claim it? Perfectly permitted. Perfectly permitted. Are we making sense? Are we making sense? Yes, yes. Question. Surcharge on normal income rates are from 0 to surcharge on normal incomes. On my PGBP, what and all surcharge can I levy? Can I levy 0? Can I levy 10? Can I levy 15? 25? 37? Ranges 0 to 37. People, PGBP can get 37 also. Up normal income can get surcharge up to 37. Normal income can get surcharge up to 37. Capital gains surcharge ranges 0 to, very good. You can't go more than 15 in capital gains. 112, 112A, 111A all covered off. So nothing can go more than 15. On lottery surcharge ranges 0 to, very good, 0 to 37. There is no restriction here. There is only one restriction on the illegal income. Illegal income has a flat surcharge of 25. Illegal income has a flat surcharge of 25. That is why it came, no, 60, 25, 4 became 78%. Became 78%. Are we making sense? Yes, everyone. Any doubts? Good to go? Yes, this is what your theory was, people. We're going to do sums. We're going to do sums. But before I start some, people, I want you to think when you're doing this sum. Question number 1. Question number 1. Can you ever have a scenario? Can you ever have a scenario where in the same question you have surcharge and rebate? There is a funny thing going on in the market right now, people. A very funny thing going on in the market right now, which is illegal. Technically wrong. It's a very, very wrong assumption of income tax. Yes. What has basically happened now, people, is I'll give you a scenario. Now, this is happening only in DTR, by the way. It's not even happening in ATR. It's a very comedy thing which is happening in DTR. Basically, scenario is like this. Yes. Now, this is not right. So, I'm not even going to test this out. This is not going to come for exam also, but I'm putting it out to you. Scenario is like this. I have a, So, imagine a case. I have a PGBP income of, let's say, 6 lakhs. And the current year, I have a 112 income. I have a 112 income of 2 crore 40 lakhs. Yes, you can try whatever you want. Income tax mein dalo aa jayega. Yes, now this is a scenario where you've got an income of 2 crore 40 lakhs in your CG and 6 lakhs on slab. 6 lakh on slab. Total income is 2 crore 46. The moment the income became more than 2 crores, you will say split and check. Split and check. PGBP gets surcharge. Surcharge gets 15. Surcharge gets 15. Here also 15. This is what you will do. This is what you will do. Weirdly, people, funny thing what is happening in income tax portal right now is on this thing they're coming and saying my normal income is less than 12 lakhs. My normal income is less than 12 lakhs on which you can claim rebate. On which you can claim rebate. Even though your total income is more than 12 lakhs, your normal income is less than 12 lakhs and therefore you can claim rebate of. You can claim rebate of. Iska koi logic nahi hai. No logic absolute whatsoever, because if you read the section 87A clearly says if the total income is less than 12 lakhs you can claim a rebate of. You can claim a rebate of, which means you should technically on this never give a rebate, but income tax calculator is showing weird answers. Is showing weird answers. Isme comedy hai na people. On this, if I make it 4 lakhs, if I make it 4 lakhs, now tell me people, I'm in ATR. I'm in ATR. Can I claim rebate? Nahi milega. Yes, इस पे rebate नहीं मिलेगा because now income tax says in ATR even if it is less than 5 lakhs you have to check on a total level. You have to check on a total. क्यों पता नहीं लेकिन है. Yes, this is what income tax assumption is. This is the one reason why this whole rebate issue is going on right now. The STCG rebate issue is going on based on this only. Yes, because at one point of time when income tax department said you can't claim rebate on STCG, then everyone else came and said in that case you should give me rebate here also. Now to defend that case, they ended up defending this case also. Because they did not want to go wrong, what they did is they said, okay, if I'm giving you that permission, I'll give you this permission also. Because you and I both know logically this is never going to happen. It's never going to come to a point where this scenario will come up for you. Yes, which means you will anyway not come to this scenario at any point of time. So income tax was like, chalega. Yes, point what is happening people is income tax has now made an assumption. DTR works independently. DTR works independently, which means DTR pay you will claim rebate only on normal incomes, and so everything relating to DTR should be checked independently. Should be checked independently, and so if the normal income is less than 12 lakhs, you can claim rebate even if total income is more than 12 lakhs. Even if total income is more than 12 lakhs, it's a weird way of going on things right now, people. And honestly speaking, I am very sure it will overturn someday. It'll overturn someday. No one is going to permit this. Assessing officers will not give this as a benefit at any point of time. But right now, the calculator is working that way, and so people are making weird claims. People are making weird claims, 101%. Yes, here is a claim, people, which can perfectly happen. Here is a claim which can perfectly happen. Imagine current year rebate slab for old regime for new DTR is 7 lakhs. Yes, so people have been doing this. My PGBP income is, let's say, sitting at 6 lakh 90. Yes, and my CG income is, let's say, sitting at 10,000. 10,000 bhi kya? Let's say 50,000 rakh le. My total income is 7 lakh 40. My total income is 7 lakh 40. Can I claim rebate? Yes. Even though my income is 7 lakh 40, I can claim marginal rebate. Nahi, rebate hi milega mere ko. I will claim the full rebate of itself because my normal income is less than 7 lakhs. This is what is going on in the market right now. People are putting it in the returns and claiming it off also. Kal ko jaake jab demand aayega na. Yes, this is not permitted, people. You are violating laws, and this is what I've been repeating to you again and again. Understand this carefully. Laws are made by Act. Returns are made by CBDT. A CBDT cannot override an Act. You are not permitted to do that. Yes, they may have made some errors in the future, people, but later on it will always come back. It will always come back. Best example is that only. If you remember, I told you last year, July mid only they changed the return. Which means before July they were giving you rebate on DTR also. It was in the mid of July that they changed the thing off. Now is when the circular has come and said, we made a mistake to give you rebate. Which means now we have reopened all the cases and we are issuing fresh intimations to remove the rebate off. Yes, there will be one of the days where you would have filed this, they would have given it to you. And then suddenly 1 year later, they'll come and issue a circular. They'll come and say, we made a mistake of giving you rebate, we should not give. So we'll reverse it off, paid demand. Interest you will not be allowed. Because hamari mistake, so we will not levy interest, but we will reverse it off. Karke. There will be a statement which will come up on a later day also. Yes, weird things are going on in the market right now, people. Which is why what we're going to do is we're going to play fun. Yes, I'm going to show you the questions. You're going to solve the questions. I will not solve the question. I will put it on income tax calculator. So I will open the income tax portal and we will check if your answer is matching with my answer. Yes, why is it not matching is also what I'll try to tell you, more for your practical orientation, not for your exam purposes. Clear? Yes, any doubts? चले माँ 7 पे मिल रहा है ना, 690 पे रिबेट मिल जाएगा पूरा. इनकम टैक्स विल देन कम एंड से 690 पे यू क्लेम फुल रिबेट, यू पे कैपिटल गेन्स पे 50,000 के मेरे को टैक्स चलेगा. दैट इज व्हाट दे सेइंग. आइडियली यहाँ पे रिबेट ही नहीं मिलना चाहिए. You should pay tax on everything. Where you were supposed to pay tax on full 7,40,000, income tax will say forget 6,90,000, it is exempt because it is eligible for rebate. Pay tax only on 50,000 and close the matter off. Yes, that is the kind of benefit you are getting in this model of. Yes, weird things are happening. Yes, so it's a weird thing, people, which also happened, and the question which I asked in that income tax calculator is, in the scenario of that surcharge plus rebate case, right? The question which came up is, should you first claim rebate and then apply surcharge, or should you first apply surcharge and then claim rebate? Obviously, because if you apply surcharge and then claim rebate, then you are getting low money. Yes, you have to pay more tax. But if you are claiming first rebate, then anyway tax will become zero, so there will be no surcharge on it itself. Yes, the placement of the section has been made in such a way where income tax makes an assumption, you will first give rebate, then give surcharge. Yes, because you're first giving rebate, anyway tax becomes zero. So there is no surcharge on the normal income. There is only surcharge on special income. अब ये कहाँ लिखा है? कहीं भी नहीं है. Yes, वो उन्होंने placement में वैसे बना दिया, तो people are assuming it that way. नहीं ना? Sure हाँ? चल check करते हैं. हम लोग calculator में डाल के देखेंगे क्या आता है. Yes. We'll check on it. Last I checked the calculator, people, it was like first I'll get rebate, then only I'll get surcharge. Come my rebate. Let's check. Let's check. Yes, good. I'm going to give you some questions, people. I've made about 7 questions. Now we're going to solve all these 7 questions together, and we'll see if you're able to answer these questions off. People, 7 में से already 2 कर लिया हम लोग ने. Yesterday we finished off 2, so we're doing 4 more here. Yes, question is like this. Question is like this. Yes, question says, you're required to compute the tax of Mr. Santa, aged 62 years, having following incomes and opting for ATR. Having following incomes and opting for ATR. Now, people, when a question like this comes, first thing, usually it's ATR. The moment you see ATR, age is important, and age is 62 years, which means you are. That's where the problem starts. At any point of time, you may assume yourself as a senior citizen, but I did not confirm to you whether the person is a. That's a mistake which you'll make. Yes, don't automatically see the age and assume that the person is a senior citizen. If you're assuming that, you will have to write an assumption saying he is a resident. Yes, that assumption itself carries a heavy weightage mark. Be very, very careful on that as an assumption. Normally, yes, if nothing is given in the question, it is assumed that the person is senior citizen, resident senior citizen. He's a resident senior citizen. Clear? Yes, let's have that thought. So you're going to compute tax of Mr. Santa, aged 62 years, having the following incomes, and is opting for ATR. I've given you a big list, people, just to see if you're able to cover off everything properly. So I have a PGBP income of 8 lakhs. My FOS income is 2,688,000. My HP income, HP is normal income, 2 lakhs. Normal income of 2 lakhs. Horse race winnings is 5 lakhs. Huh? What does that mean? 111 now. It's a slab STCC. There is nothing called 111 people. ऐसा कोई section ही नहीं है. 72, 74 is set of losses. That's a set off chapter. STCG others is basically slab. It's as if you're normal PGBP. Now, what is STCG others is basically all the short-term gains which you don't have from share market. Yes, so I have PGBP 8 lakhs, IFOS 2 lakhs 688, HP is 2 lakhs, horse race winnings is 5 lakhs, STCG 111A is 3 lakhs, LTCG 112A is 2 lakhs, STCG nothing given assumed as others, which is 6 lakh 3 rupees, LTCG 112 is 9,01,332. अजीब numbers are. People, I have Bitcoin transfer. What is this? BDA. I have a Bitcoin transfer of 2,50,000. I have a cost of acquisition on the Bitcoin which is 3,10,000, which means I have to find the CG. I have to find the CG on this. Yes, same way I have a Dodge transfer. What is Dodge? Same. It's also a VDA cryptocurrency. Yes, so I have a Dodge transfer of 2,80,000. Cost of acquisition is 20,000, and I have a loss from lottery of 30,000 rupees. Loss from lottery of 30,000 rupees. Yes, yes. Now, before you start proceeding itself, people, before you start proceeding, let me give you the first step and then you take it from there. Yes. Anyone? Done, everyone? Done? Yes. Step number one. Step number one, understand this carefully. Don't write it down. Step number one, understand this carefully. Normally, every time you start a question, the rule of thumb is to first understand whether you are rich, poor, or middle class. Yes, which means you need to know your, very good, you need to know your total income. Yes. Now, can I total this whole number and put the number on the bottom? Why? There are some issues here. There are some issues here. Items which I have to eliminate off. Yes, items which I have to eliminate off, people. Item number one. Very good. Item number one, which is called loss from lottery. You cannot claim any loss from lottery. That is not permitted off. That is not permitted off. Second, and the most horrible mistakes students end up making in exam, people. I have given every number, but the English gives you a different answer. If you notice, here cost of acquisition is 310. Is that a plus or a minus? Minus. So be very careful on these kind of questions. Always, it's a very stupid thing to do, but nevertheless, always when you see a cost of acquisition, put it as brackets. Put it as brackets. It gives you the comfort that yes, you now know what to be done and what not to be done. Otherwise, in an exam hurry, you automatically start adding everything, which becomes a mistake of. Yes. Second, I have taught you everything till here, people. The VDA is where the challenge is. Now, questions on VDA, let me ask you the same questions. Can I claim expenses in VDA? Answer is yes. At the end of the day, it's CG, so you can claim expenses. You can claim expenses. I will permit you the expenses, no problems. Can you have a loss from VDA? No. That's the difference coming from CG. Although CG will allow you the expense and let you tax it accordingly, Bitcoins and Dodge and all cryptocurrencies, income tax has confirmed that I am only party to you as long as you make profits. The moment you start making losses, I am not party to the discussion. I am not party to the discussion, which means every time you make losses in cryptocurrency, income tax will say ignored. Income tax will say ignored. Now, I want you to understand this carefully. Looking at my Bitcoin, people, I sold it for 250. I got a loss 60. I got a loss of 60 because I have a cost of acquisition. Now, my question is very simple. When I said I will ignore the 60,000, can I ignore the 60,000 after setting off against Dodge, or it is directly ignored off? It is directly ignored off. I will check losses at an asset level. I will not check losses on an year level. I will check losses on an asset level. On an asset level, the moment I saw Bitcoin is lost, I will say ignore. I will say ignore, not coming into discussion itself, which means here itself I will take away Bitcoins and cost of acquisition of Bitcoins also. Cost of acquisition of Bitcoins also. That is what you have to understand of. Apart from this, people, all rules will remain the same as winnings, not capital gains. Yes, which means between winnings and capital gains, VDA sits, where VDA will take the characteristic of the expense part from capital gains, but will take everything else from the winnings case. So that's one extra exception which you have to keep in mind. So VDA only gets expenses, nothing else, which means apart from expenses, if you make losses, not allowed. Can you have other losses set off? Not allowed. Nothing else is permitted off to that extent. Are we making sense? Yes. Question. People, VDA pay surcharge rate. Can I use the same as capital gains of 15%? Can I use the same as 15%? No. VDA has been notified in a separate section itself called 115 BBH. The moment I notified in 115 BBH, 112 rules will not apply. The moment 112 rules does not apply, surcharge rate will enhance up to 37 also. Will enhance up to 37 also. Is that making sense? Yes. Keep that thought in mind. Now give me the total income. Very, very carefully add the numbers. Is your answer 39 lakh 62,000 0 2 3? Yes, so the answer is 39 lakh 62,000 0 2. CTI कहाँ है इसमें, क्वेश्चन में दिया ही नहीं है ना. This is my total income to be rounded off. Yes, always be careful on this, people. Total income has to be rounded off. 3 rupees have to be removed off. Have to be removed off. Clear? Yes, so the answer is 3962,020. With my income being 3962,020, you and I are clear on this. This is a middle class category. This is a middle class category. Yes, here is where comes in my step number 2. So step number 1 is totaling my income, finding out whether I'm rich, poor or middle class. At step number 2, I will now start deciding to myself, am I talking about a normal income or am I talking about a special income? Let's look at each item one by one, people, and decide whether it is normal income or special income. A PGBP is normal, IFOS is, HP is, horse race winnings 30 percentage, 111A, 20 percentage, 112A, 12.5 exceeding 1.25, 12.5 exceeding 1.25. Next, very good, STCG, nothing given is normal. Next, 12.5, this is 30, this one is also 30. Yes, set off after set off, the answer will be 30. Set off after answer, the answer will be 30. Yes, this is what I always do as a method, people. This helps me keep it more cleaner. Yes, now that I've known everything, what I can simply do, I can start taxing all my specials first. Let's start taxing all my specials and then we go to normals, and then we go to normals. Give it a shot. Yes. Sorry?
Speculative business, what they will say is you can set off with the speculative business.
Yes, if you have a speculative loss, you can go against speculative profits.
The same not apply for that PDA.
No, so there's a difference. No, so here's the thing, Prem. What happens is when it comes to speculative loss, you can only set off against speculative incomes. If not, you can carry forward. Okay, but in case of a VDA, income tax is confirmed saying that in a VDA, if you make a loss, loss itself is ignored off. There is no concept of you setting it off itself. Right? So they have asked you to look at every asset individually. Basically, if you have bitcoins also, if you have purchased bitcoins on one day, if you have purchased bitcoins on another day, you'll take those two bitcoins separately and you'll check what the losses are in each bitcoins. To that extent also, you'll ignore it off. No, you can't add anything together. Unfortunately not. When you prepare your income tax return, they will ask you on an individual level, meaning as in one bitcoin ka how much have you sold, one bitcoin ka how much have you sold. For every bitcoin you report as a loss, they will ignore it off in the income tax return. Thank you. People, you're not supposed to look at the board, just do whatever you want. मैं बस कुछ ही कर रहा हूँ, मेरे को भी नहीं पता. Hey, I have a tendency to be destructive, so I will purposely put wrong answers. So don't start looking at the paper. फिर आंसर्स आए numbers. 793,260. सेम. कितना पे करोगे फाइनल आंसर? If anyone has a different number. Same. Same. मैच अच्छे. ओके. स्लैब नंबर. स्लैब का नंबर कितना है? स्लैब 18 लाख 691. Everyone got the same answer? Everyone got the same answer? Very good. Take out your red pens. निकालो निकालो निकालो. गलती है निकालो निकालो. क्या गलती किया? Very good. Hey, you rounded off 3 rupees here. That 3 rupees have to be removed somewhere, no? People, you have to pay tax on what? Pay tax on your total income. What is your total income? It is 020. But actually total income is 023, which means you reduce 3 rupees. You reduce to 3 rupees. Where will you reduce the 3 rupees? It has to go somewhere, no? Where will it go? It will go in the slab. It will go in the slab. Why does it go in the slab? That is what it is. That is what it is. Let's check and tell you one of the sections of. Let me show you one of the sections. इसमें सर्च कैसे करते हैं? सर्च करना नहीं आता मेरे को. छोड़. मार्क 0 आएगा ना? You violated the laws. कहाँ पे? How can you round off a special income? Let me show you. You can't round off there. Look at this. People, I'm going to show you one of the incomes. Let's see if you understand this carefully. Look at it. It says where the total income, this is section 112. Section 112 says where the total income of an assessee includes any income arising from the transfer of capital gains. How will you make the computation? In case of an individual, the amount of income tax payable on the total income. The amount of income tax payable on the total income as reduced by the amount of such capital gains had the total income been part of his total income. And then on the capital gains, you will directly tax at the rate of 12.5%. You directly tax at the rate of 12.5%. What is the section trying to tell you? The section is telling you that when an income has special incomes, you will split the total income into two. How will you split it? Take the special income separately and tax at whatever rate it is. And whatever is the balance left, it will be your total income to compute normal tax. Whatever is your balance income, you will take it out and you will compute your total tax. Now, if you understand this carefully, when I took my total income as 020, in that sitting is my special income. The moment I removed my special income, 3 rupees is still sitting in my total income. So, which means total income has to be less by 3 rupees. Total income has to be less by 3 rupees. Otherwise, the section will get violated. The section will get violated. Yes. So when you look at the total income, people, you need to understand in my total income, that's my final number. But in the total income, I'm now taking out a few items. My taking out of capital gains, my taking out of winnings, whatever is left is my slab. Whatever is left in my slab. So you should have not gone from top down. You should have gone from bottom up. When you come from total income and start removing a few items, what is left in your slab is only 688. What is left in your slab is only 688, and that's how you have to answer your whole question of. That is how you have to answer your whole question of. Because if you notice, they are saying total income will remain as it is for tax computation, and capital gains, whatever you have, will get taxed as it is on such capital gain, which means if capital gain has 1 rupee also, you will tax at 1 rupee. It doesn't matter because that's how the computation is. Whatever is the differential round offs you're doing will happen in the total income, which is nothing but my slab, correct? Correct. That is how the reading of the section is. You will find this same provision in every special income section, which means every special income will say the same thing. You take your total income, remove me off. Take your total income, remove me off. When you start removing all the special incomes, what you have in your hand is only 18,688, not 690, neither 691. If you take 691 and if you try totaling your numbers, you would actually get 023, which itself means that your total income, you have taken it wrong. Itself means that you've taken your total income wrong, which is why you are not doing it right. And I told you people, round off mistakes, you will strike the whole question off itself. Yes, that is how serious this issue is. Nevertheless, clear? Yes, be careful. People, chupke thodi na diya tha question. Yeah, but you violated the law, no? Makes a difference. You violated 288A literally. एग्जाम में ये क्वेश्चन आएगा नहीं आएगा. People, to use this much of logic is what ICI also needs to realize, right? Doesn't happen that way. When I made you legend questions, I made you legend questions. No, what did I tell you last class itself? When I've told the following word as, when I've used the word as incomes itself, income means is the reported number. So when you've already had the reported number, you don't have to do it that way. Yes, please be very careful in exams on this, people. When the head-wise number itself is given to you, that means it's already after all the numbers. Unless the question starts using the word rent received, salary received, then only you start giving deductions accordingly. Yes, so be careful to that extent. 18,88 people is what your number going to be. Please make your red pen changes. Put it out somewhere saying that you have not done the round off properly. Yes, for the first 10 lakhs, I'll be taxing 1,12,500. For the balance, people 688 रखे. $2,40,206. Round of decimals ignored off. You don't take that. Hey. Sorry, da. People. Thank you, Prem. Sorry? Yeah, you cannot do that. I told you when the question does not say anything, you have to assume he's a resident. You can't assume, change your answer. $350,206 is the right answer. हाँ तो 2500 प्लस एस माइनस कर देना. 760248. फाइल करने के बाद कैसे रिफंड ले लेगा तू? रिटर्न फाइल करने के बाद कैसे रिफंड ले लेगा? Is my answer. Be very careful on the age and all, people. When it's an ATR question, you have to be very, very careful on the age model also. Yes, as we proceed forward in the questions, I'll also tell you how to write it down. Yes, sometimes it becomes difficult to remember all these things. So what I have a specific thing is that when we go to chapters like PGBP, when you start doing total income questions, I'll give you a specific heading. Yes, if you can create that heading in your exams carefully, the heading will self start answering all the questions, your age, your regime and everything, so that in exams you will never make that mistake. Yes, because if you put it in the heading itself, it will be more reliable. It'll be more reliable. We do it there. Yes, right now you're only trying to learn things, so it's completely fine on you. Yes, so new concept which you have learned in this question, people, is that when you have rounding off issues, rounding off with special incomes, the round off takes place in slabs. The round off takes place in slabs. Are we clear? Yes. Now, before I proceed forward itself, let me clarify, any further questions also are not exam oriented questions. These are not exam oriented questions. These are my designed questions to see if you understood the concept. None of these will be tested in exam. The first two questions which I gave you is what is going to be tested in exam, so don't worry about it. Yes, utna hi tumhe padna hai. At CA final level, they don't expect to individual related complicated challenges. Yes, that's only happening at CA inter level. So these are all CA inter questions, by the way. Yes, these are all from my CA inter book. So let's see if you're able to answer your backstories of. Shall we? People, sabka ho gaya? Sabka ho gaya? Online people done? Perfect. Let's go to question number 4. Let's go to question number 4. Yes, I have question number 4, which basically says, I want you to compute the tax of Mr. Ganda. Yes, I have compute tax of Mr. Ganda with the following incomes claiming ATR. I am giving you 3 individual scenarios, people. You need to find the answer for each scenario separately. Let's start with scenario number 1. किसके लिए? Nothing given, always assume less than 60. Nothing given, always assume age less than 60. Yes, I'm looking at case number 1, people. Case number 1 is where I have a PGBP income of 1 lakh, 112 is 1 lakh, 112A is 2 lakh, 111A is 2 lakh. That's my question. That is my question. Yes, people, step number 1, I always told you, always total income. Total income is 4, 5, 6 lakhs. Total income is 6 lakhs. With my total income being 6 lakhs, one thing is clear, I am good. I'm middle class. Yes, with my income being middle class, step number 2, I told you, we always check special and normals. We check special and normals. Help me out. PGBP is normal. 112 is 12.5. 112 is 12.5 exceeding 1.25 lakhs. 111 is 20. If at all you have winning lottery, that is 30. This is what it is. Yes, you have exactly 1 minute. I want case 1. Let me know what answers you got. Number 33,800. 22,750. 33,800. 22,750. अरे समझ गया मैं करता हूँ. डोंट वरी, उसका भी गलती है. $9,750. वाओ. रिबेट लिया क्या? हाँ, लगाए थे मेरे को. वाह, रिबेट कैसे ले लिए? अयो 63,440. आहा. 33 1 second. 150. सुपर. हाँ, 64,350. बहुत ही बढ़िया. यस प्रेम. 350.
64.
ओके. 64,350. रिबेट कैसे ले लिए? मैं अभी बोला मैं 7 लाख है तो आपको पुअर मिडिल क्लास में आएगा करके. ओके. ये तो नरिया वर्द. 54,550. Okay. Anyone? That's it. Yes. Before I tell you the answer, you tell me what did you do? 33,150 सबसे लोअर नंबर. 9,750 पहले मैं कोई जानना है. अच्छा, आपका रिबेट का इशू है, ठीक है, छोड़ दो. हाँ, 33,150. ओके. नॉर्मल इनकम जीरो टैक्स. Okay, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do it separately, but okay, ठीक है. Nevertheless, it doesn't change. It's good enough. Mm. Good enough. Next, the 54. என்ன பண்ண? क्वेश्चन है पढ़ लिया. 63,440 किसका है? हाँ, எந்த 2 lakh? சரி, 1,70,000. अच्छा ठीक है. हाँ, ओके. देन व्हाट इज 64,350? 64,350 में क्या है? So how is it different for you both? How is it different for you both? So 3 lakhs में से 1,25,000 गया तो 1,75,000. 1,75,000 पे 12.5%. Answer is 21,875 plus 40,000 no is equal to 61,875. वही आ रहा है. हाँ, 64,350 आ रहा है. Yes. Now people, which of the three is right? Okay, this one is definitely wrong. This one is wrong. This gives me two options, people. You have option number 1, which is 33,150, and you have option number 2, which is 64,350. Now, logically speaking, both are right. But which one is right? Which one is like right? The right is 33,150. The right is 33,150. Now, let me introduce a concept to you people, which you probably did not understand at inter-level so well. There is a concept called as utilization of unexhausted basic exemption limit. There's a concept called as utilization of unexhausted basic exemption limit. If you remember this carefully, I told you, when income tax was introducing special rates, The intention was that when it comes to capital gains, government wanted to give you more benefits or less benefits? More benefits. Whereas on winnings and everything, government wanted to give you less benefits. Now, if you think about this carefully, as a person, as an individual, opting for ATR, not having any age more than 60, his basic exemption limit is 2,50,000, which means up to 2,50,000, I should have not taxed you. Up to 2,50,000, I should have not taxed you. Logical? Yes. Here comes the problem. Now, if you check your slabs, my slab is only 1 lakh. My slab is only 1 lakh. And because of which, others ended up doing what? Others ended up taxing capital gains at their respective rates. At their respective rates. Now, you may not be wrong, but if you realize this carefully, capital gains was always a beneficial section. Now, if you end up not utilizing my basic exemption limit properly, you are technically paying tax on capital gains, which you never had to. Because understanding was very clear that up to 2,50,000, I should have not paid tax. I should have not paid tax. Here comes in a concept of adjustment to basic exemption limit concept, which says that when you have capital gains, and if you're a resident individual, if you have capital gains and if you have resident individual, you can utilize your capital gains to the slab. You can utilize your capital gains to the slab, and you will not pay so much of tax. You not pay so much of tax. Yes or no? This is what the concept is. Now, I don't like telling the concept in this way, people. So I always have a backstory. Yes, I always discuss this concept in a simple fashion of Kaju Katli. Imagine a very simple example. Diwali aa rahi hai. Yes, Diwali is going to come up. Parents at one point of time come and say, we have guests at home. So why don't you bring some Kaju Katlis? Why don't you bring some Kaju Katlis? Now, you have been given the task and responsibility. What is your first question? What is your first question? How many do you need? Your first question is going to be, how many do you need? So you're going to go to your parents and you're going to tell your parents, Papa, how many guests are going to come? Let me know. Your dad comes and says, there are 5 guests coming. You will order 5. Correct? Huh? Will you order 5? No. People, you and I both know. You need one for yourself also. Which means you will order 6. At that point of time, mind mein ye nahi aayega, parents hai ghar mein. You're not thinking about your parents. You're only ordering ki mere ko Kaju Katli chahiye. So you're ordering 6. Yes, selfish in life is always common thing. That's a common Indian trait. Yes or no? So you have now ordered 6 Kaju Katlis, put it on a plate and served it to the to the clients, guests. Served it to the guests. You served it to the guests. Yes. Now 5 guests are sitting in front of you, and the 5 guests are going to take a bite. Now you know 1 Kaju Katli is extra for you, so you are still happy. But the mind greediness, people. What is the thought? The more they leave, the extra for me. Agreed, not agreed? Yes. So you go, you serve the plate. The moment you serve the plate, formality you'll do. Please. Yes, we have taken specially from Shri Mithai. Try करके देखिए, अच्छा रहेगा करके. Mind में कुछ और है, बोलने में कुछ और है. Yes or no? Yes. Now you tell that much Shri Mithai say and everything. First guest gets excited. So first guest picks up the Kaju Katli. He eats. He picked up the Kaju Katli. Mind में थोड़ा stress आ रहा है. Yes. Now there are 5 left, 4 guests. 5 left, 4 guests. The moment you said that, you went to the second guest, gave him on the plate. He also picked up 1. Mind में stress आ रहा है. Kaju Katli left. 4 guests left. 3. Third guest comes and says, नहीं beta, it's okay, I'm diabetes patient. मेरे को नहीं खाना. You're like, you are my friend. तुम ही तो मेरे दोस्त हो. Yes or no? Yes. Kaju Katli left. 4 guests left. 2 guests left. 2. Now people, you are not the only greedy person in life. 4th was a kid. तुमने Kaju Katli डाली और 2 उठा ली. He picked up 2. You're like, तू अगली बार आ साले, बाहर मिल मेरे को. Yes or no? Yes. Mind is stressed out. Now there are 2 Kaju Katlis, 1 guest. Now there are 2 Kaju Katlis and 1 guest. Yes or no? Yes. At this stage, people, you go to the last guest, and you know this is also a kid. अब stress अलग level पे है. You're like, मेरे को पता है अगर इसने लिया तो that person will also take. So what you do? You don't show that to Kaju Katli itself. You will open the plate and you'll be like, beta, एक ही बचा. Yes, that guy, नहीं भैया, I saw there were 6. मैंने count किया. Yes, there were 6 showing. बेटा एक ही है. Yes. Now you give him 1 Kaju Katli. 1 is left. It's on the plate, served and done. Yes. All Diwali discussions happen. Guests are leaving home. You are doing 2 things. 1, you're doing two things. One, you will run before them because पैर छूते पैसा मिलेगा. You touch their feet, you will get money in your hand as greed. Yes, standard practice. Yes. Second, before they've left the home, you have made a double 360 flip and reached your sofa because हाथ में काजू कतली है. हाथ में काजू कतली है. Now the guest may come back, but you don't care. तुम्हें काजू कतली important है. Yes or no? Yes. Now you take the kaju katli and you eat it off. My question is very simple. At this stage, when the kaju katli was sitting on the plate, you also had parents at your home. At any point of time, did you have the mindset to give it to them? Did you have the mindset to give it to them? मेरे को खाना है, मेरे को चाहिए. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now think about this carefully. Kaju katli came from outside. Guest came from outside. So outside kaju katli went to outside guest first. Outside kaju katli went to outside guest first. Slab rate is defined in Finance Act. Slab rate is defined in Finance Act. Normal income is being taxed in Finance Act. Apo slab priority goes to normal income. Slab priority goes to normal income. Yes or no? Yes. Now people, slab has not used the normal income properly. Now there is a family inside my house is called income tax. In this income tax, there are two people sitting. One small child, one parents. Who has higher tax rate? Parents have higher tax rate. Elderly experience more tax. Yes, I am the younger child. I am the more favorite. To whom? Income tax department. I am the more favorite to income tax department, which means if the slab is not utilizing the kaju katli, if the guests are not using the kaju katli, priority will go to you. But at any point of time, if you are not using the kaju katli, will you give it to your parents? Even if you don't have the mood today, what will you do? फ्रिज में स्टोर करके रखेंगे, कल खाएंगे चलेगा, लेकिन पेरेंट्स को नहीं देंगे. Yes or no? Yes, I want this kaju katli. आज मूड नहीं है चलेगा, कल तो आएगा. Yes or no? Yes. Point is, people, at any point of time when you have a slab, first goes to normals. Normal is not utilizing, give it to CG. CG is not utilizing, no one gets it. Point is, people, imagine in this question, even if I had lottery, can I give it to lottery? Lottery will not get it because capital gains does not like it. Yes or no? Yes. But here starts the problem. You are at your home, there is only one kaju katli, and you actually realized you have a brother at home. Now you have two brothers, one elder brother, one younger brother. People, younger brother to chapeed maar aur kaam khatam kar. You're like, तेरे को मिलेगा नहीं, मैं पहले खाऊंगा. Yes or no? I will not give it to my younger brother, but the moment I slap him off, my elder brother will slap me off. Yes. So matlab, in a house of three, first kaju katli will go to eldest brother, the person with the highest tax rate, and then it goes to the balance. So when I have three capital gains sitting in front of me, people, order of priority to 20%, because this guy is having more tax. Intention is very simple. Am I trying to increase my tax or reduce my tax? So the moment I put this 20% into my slab, the 20 will change to 0, which means my tax will come down. Agreed, not agreed? Yes. This is a concept which has been learned called as utilization of basic exemption limit. At the same time, think about this. You have one other brother, but this brother is sitting in US. Will you deliver the kaju katli to him? You will in fact call him on the phone. You will call him on the phone. You will be like, देख मैं काजू कतली खा रहा हूँ, दिवाली मना रहा हूँ, तू देख क्या कर रहा है. Yes or no? Which means, people, if you are the capital gains sitting in India as a resident, you get the adjustment. But if the capital gains is sitting outside India as a non-resident, adjustment is not permitted. Agreed, not agreed? Yes or no? Which means this adjustment of utilization is only permitted for a resident individual. It will not be permitted for a non-resident individual, which is why 64 is also right, 33 is also right. 64 is if you are non-resident and 33 is if you are a resident person. I very carefully put off resident on the right side, which means answer is 33. Are we making sense? Yes. Now how do I do this? Very simple. What are we going to do? We're going to take the 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 2 lakh and 2 lakh, and we're going to first understand how much is my slab consumption. My slab consumption is with 1 lakh, which means order of priority, I have sent off 1 lakh to PGBP. The moment PGBP utilized it, I am now left with a slab of 1.5 lakhs. This 1.5 lakhs of slab is now going to go in order of priority to capital gains. First 111A. First 111A. Yes. Now people with 111A, how much can I utilize? I can only utilize 1,50,000. I cannot utilize anything more than 1,50,000 because my slab is gone. My slab is gone. I can only give you benefit to the extent there is Kaju Katli. When the slab is already gone, there is no point of any more benefits given to you, which means if I have to tax this now, how will this be taxed? I will say tax on 112 remains as it is, no change. 1 lakh into 12.5 gives me 12,500. Next, 112A is 75,000 into 12.5, 9375. But when it comes to 111A, I will say I'm sorry, my income itself is not 2 lakhs, because out of the 2 lakhs, 150 went off to slab, बचा हाथ में 50, 50 के ऊपर 20%, number is 10,000. Number is 10,000. Answer gives me 31,875. Answer gives me 31,875. Adding on this a cess. Adding on this a cess, answer becomes 33,150. Answer becomes 33,150. I hope this made sense to everyone. Yes, yes. This is a concept of utilization of basic exemption limit. Any doubts on this? Yes. So what is the order of priority, people? When I do basic exemption limit utilization, first priority goes to slab, second priority goes to CG, second priority goes to CG, third priority is no one. Third priority is no one. I don't give anything to lottery income of. Are we clear? Yes. On that understanding, people, I think you should be able to answer case number 2. You should be able to answer case number 2. Look at case number 2. See if you can answer case number 2 for me. क्या हुआ? नहीं? कैसे? कितना मिलेगा तेरे को? Go try. People, if you think you're going to get the answer as 0, it's not. Definitely is not. My case 2 was about 1 lakh of PGBP, 1,50,000 of 112, nothing in 112A, 111A of 1,50,000, and then lottery is of 20,000 rupees. A logic remains the same. Logic remains the same. First priority goes to. First priority goes to PGBP. Second priority goes to. Can I take lottery? Can I take lottery? No. No permission to lottery. Parents are not getting any Kaju Katlis of. Yes. So 1,50,000 goes to short term. 1,50,000 goes to short term. With 1,50,000 going to short term, people, short term has become 0. Nothing is pending in my hand. Answers are going to be for 112, number is 18,750. 112A is going to be, sorry, 111A is going to be 0. Lottery is going to be 6,000. Lottery is going to be 6,000, totaling my number to 24,750. Number to 24,750. But people, before I started itself, I saw the income is 4,20,000. I am poor. Eligible for rebate. Now carefully, I am eligible for rebate. Number is 12,000 to 500. 12,500. Notice my tax liabilities, people. I only have 112 and lottery. Both are eligible for rebates. I only have a restriction on 112A. I only have a restriction on 112A. Therefore, I'm eligible for 12,500 completely. Answer is 12,250. Adding a cess on this 12740 is my final answer. 12740 is my final answer. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. That's the next question. आप नेक्स्ट वाला करो, आपको पता चल जाएगा. Next question, people. People, this one is a little tricky question, so be very, very careful when you're answering, approaching this question. Here is a case where I have a PGBP of 1 lakh, I have a 112 of 40,000, I have 112A of 2 lakhs, I have 111A of 1 lakh 30. Luckily, no lottery. No tax. Same mistake you're making again. आपको रिबेट कितने पे मिलता है? 5% के हिसाब से मिलता है. यहाँ पे 12.5 का रेट चल रहा है, कैसे आपको मिलेगा? नहीं. Why are you not taking 111A first? ठीक है, ठीक है, बहुत ही बढ़िया. 112A पे रिबेट लिया तुमने. नाइन सेवन 50. मैं चिल्ला रहा हूं तब से कि रिबेट नहीं. इतना आसान होता तो मैं थोड़ी ना देता. नाइन सेवन 2,670 600 what a wow. उसने रिबेट नहीं लिया, रिबेट लिया तो 0 आ जाता. अच्छा, उसने कुछ और किया, मेरे को पता है. He just acted smart, nothing else. People answers jaldi. नाइन सेवन 50. $3,000. 9750. एक मिनट. 9750 3000. एक मिनट 3,640. योगी 2,600. पातिया. People, this is a question about finding the lowest tax. If you can find the lowest tax, you're the winner of the game. Legal lowest tax. नहीं आएगा, तुम सोचोगे तो भी नहीं आएगा. வந்துச்சா? பரவாயில்லையே. गुड. इंटरनेट ஞாபகம் வருதா? नहीं मिलेगा पीपल, पूरा बुक ढूंढ लो, नहीं मिलेगा. Yes. Yes. People, let me give you two things. Change हो गया. अच्छा, तो 9750 नहीं जे. अच्छा, okay. Prem gave me 9750. Let me stick to that also. Yes. People, let me give you the right way first. What you should be doing. You should be doing first. Yes, obviously what you have always discussed of. You've come and told Rahul first priority goes to PGBP. Second priority goes to which one? 1A. This is what you will give as a priority. Yes. Number becomes 2,30,000. Next priority goes to 112. Very obviously. Number goes to 112 because obviously because 112 is getting flat taxed at 12.5, whereas in 112A I'm still eligible to not pay tax up to 1,25,000. So I would like to keep that outside. That is what my order of priority should be, which means this becomes order priority number 4. Let's keep that in mind. Yes. Now with that, people, 1 lakh utilized. Next number goes from 1,30,000, number becomes 2,30,000, balance 20,000 goes from 112, left off number is 20,000. This 20,000 will be taxable as follows. So I have 112 being taxed at 20,000 at the rate of 12.5, number is 2,500, leaving me with 112A 9375, 11,875, on which I can claim rebate of only 2,500. எப்படிடா 112 rebate கிடையாது. You can't claim rebate on 112A, giving me my tax as 9375, on which I'll add cess of 9375, adding a cess of 375. Number is 7,000 कैसे आया?
Some amount 50 is also coming.
It is also possible. Setting of वो जो अपन adjust कर रहे हैं 20,000, उसको बाद में 2,000 convert करेंगे.
Okay, so here is option number 2. Here is option number 2 where you can come and say, instead of adjusting 112 first, let me adjust 112A first. If you adjust 112A first, what ends up happening? I will now adjust 112A for 20,000 rupees, which means my 112A becomes 80,000. With 112A becoming 80,000, sorry, 1,80,000. 1,80,000 में से 1,25,000 गया तो 55,000 at the rate of 12.5% gives me 6,875. And my 112 will then increase. 40,000 into 12.5 is 5,000, which is now adding up to 11, which is now adding up to 11,875, giving me a rebate of 5,000. Taxing number is 6,875, adding a cess on this 275, number becomes 7,150. Tell me, people, have I done anything illegal on the second option? I just changed my set of order. You have done it right, but you're still wrong. Think about this. In option 1 you claimed rebate of 2,500. In option 2 you claimed rebate of 5. You are eligible for a total rebate of 12,500, which means no matter how you look at it, you're still wasting a rebate. If you had changed your adjustment mechanism a little bit more, you probably could have come to a point where you could have claimed the full rebate of 12,500. Agreed? Yes or no? Yes. How to do that? Praveen, order of priority. 9. 1 வரல திருப்பி சொல்லு. People, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to claim my rebate of 12,500. Which means I need to now know which incomes will give me that rebate of 12,500. Agreed? Yes, I'm trying to understand which incomes will give me the rebate of 12,500. Tell me, out of the 3 incomes which I have, on which incomes can I claim a rebate of 12,500? PGBP तो anyway zero because slab में चला जाएगा, तो I can't claim rebate on that. Where and all can I claim my rebate? 112 and 111A. These are the two incomes in which I can claim my rebate, which means I will try to tax these much incomes. I will try to tax this much incomes so that my rebate gives me 12,500. My rebate gives me 12,500. Agreed, not agreed? If any of these two incomes I offer to tax, if any of these two incomes I offer to tax, I will be eligible to claim a rebate of 12,500. Agreed, not agreed? Yes. Now you and me both know. You and me both know my order of priority to not tax is 111A. Once again, my order of priority to not tax is 111A, which means my order of priority to tax will be 112. I'm repeating my statement once again. Look at this carefully. People, my order of priority to not tax is 111A. Up my order of priority to tax is 112. My order of priority to tax is 112. Agreed. Agreed. Yes. So what will I do? I will offer 112 to tax. I will offer 112 to tax. How much can I offer? Will I offer fully? People, if I offer fully, there will be a problem. If I offer fully, there will be a problem. My tax may go more than 12,500. I don't want that. I will only offer so much of 112, which will give me 12,500. Which will give me 12,500. Kyun? Because I want rebate only for 12,500. Agreed, not agreed? Tell me my 112. 112 is 40,000 into 12.5% gives me 5,000 rupees, which means I will now make sure that sorry, I will now make sure that 112 is getting fully taxed. I will now make sure that 112 is getting fully taxed. Agreed, not agreed? So what will I do? I will say, boss, 112 तो मैं पक्का ही tax कर रहा हूँ. 112 I am definitely taxing of how much? 5,000 rupees. I'm definitely taxing 5,000 rupees. Now I have 7,500 pending. This 7,500 will go from 111A. Will go from 111A because 111A also I'm okay to tax. I am eligible to claim rebate. Correct? No. People, how much do I have left in my bucket? 7,500. What is the tax rate on this? 20%. Reverse work. Number becomes 37,500. Which means up to 37,500 I am ready to offer. Up to 37,500 I am ready to offer. Agreed, not agreed? So what will I do? I will now offer 111A also. How much? 37,500. Why am I offering 37,500? Because I know tax on this is 7,500. Correct? Yes or no? Yes. People, normally what will you do? You will try to tell what to not tax. I am going reverse now. I am trying to find what to tax. I am trying to find what to tax. Now tell me, people, in my order of list, what and all have I taxed? I have taxed 40,000 fully. I have also taxed 37,500 fully. People, with these two coming into picture, my tax is utilized up to 12,500. After this, do I want to pay more tax? I want to pay less tax. After this, I want to pay less tax. So whatever is left will now go to slab. Will now go to slab in the same old priority order. What is the same old priority order? First set of PGBP, then set of 111A. Very good. Now people, look at 111A. How much income do I have? 1,30,000. I had 1,30,000. In that, I am already ready to offer 37,500. Tax becomes 92,500. 92,500 will go to my slab. Will go to my slab. Left of slab is 57,500, which will come from my 112A. Very good. Which will come from 112A. 112A में कितना था? 2 lakhs. 112A में 2 lakhs था, which means 1,40,500 I will have to offer. I will have to offer. 112A में मैंने कितना ऑफर किया? हाँ, I'll have to offer. उसमें मैं टैक्स करूंगा. I'm only trying to find out how much I have to offer. I have to offer 112A में 1,42,500, जिसमें से 1,25,000 माइनस किया तो 17,500. उस पे 2.5% टैक्स रेट इज 438. 430. मेरे को तो उतना ही आ रहा है. चेक करो ऐसे क्या. 142,500 minus 1,25,000 किया तो 17,500 into 12.5 percentage 2,000 2,188 2,188 people tax number मेरे को नहीं चाहिए because I know मेरे को इसमें rebate मिलना है कितना मेरे को पता है I'm going to get 12,500 as rebate because उतना ही तो मैंने डाला है that is what I have put I know I want 12,500 as rebate that is what is going to come to me yes or no उसके ऊपर मेरे को rebate anyway नहीं आने वाला है so it doesn't matter let me claim a rebate of 12,500 giving me my tax liability as 2,188 adding a cess on this 2,276 which is nothing but 22 is my final answer is my final answer இதான் வந்துச்சோ என்ன வரல உனக்கு என்ன பண்ண yes yes now people think and tell me whether you do option 1 or you do option 2 or you do option 3 you're all right everywhere because nowhere have you violated any law it is just that when I did it I paid lower tax because my choice of order of set off was different my choice of order of set off was different I ended up doing the wrong thing but in the most right way yes or no at no point of time did I violated my laws people because law said I can claim 12,500 so what did I do I tried to offer so much of income which can make my taxes 12,500 because I know I am eligible to claim rebate which means here I did two models normally what will you do you'll try to tax nothing here I have already decided how much I want to tax and then I move to the old model the moment I decided how much I want to tax I know 12,500 I'm going to tax everything else is what I'm not trying to tax so that is what I push inside my slab the moment I start doing that my rebate is also fully utilized my slab is also properly consumed and my tax comes to the lowest answer is actually 2280 answer is actually 2280 yes now people if I have to open up the income tax calculator and tell you what the right answer is income tax calculator will give me 7150 because income tax calculator they have already defined it yes they have not used head and all people their defined mechanism is in income tax calculator first you will set off 111A then you will set off 112A and then you will set off 112 and then you will set off 112 now in this question 112A set off gave you lower tax but logically in any other question where there is no rebate your 112 set off will give you lower tax but somehow people income tax return right now is not accepting it for some reason income tax says you have to first adjust 112A first then only adjust 112 which is technically wrong because 112A gives me more basic exemption I would like to tax 112A first than tax 112 yes so to that extent income tax calculator is not very fruitful for you it is not giving you the most appropriate answers but nevertheless yes I would say both of them are wrong because I am getting 2280 and that is what the most logical answer is I would rather prefer that yes or no yes this is the most smartest way of answering this question people now understand I did this whole complication only because of one reason that the question had rebate and I know 112A does not get any rebate had this question not been a rebate question then I would have gone back to case number 1 then I would have done the same old logic where I would have first not taxed 111A then not taxed 112 and then not taxed 112A which means this is a very very peculiar adjustment case where you are having 112A along with rebate bucket that's when this whole model piece works yes or no yes now I can promise you cannot get a tax lower than this 2280 से नीचे tax आए तो गलती है if you're getting a tax lower than 2280 it is wrong but getting a tax more than this you're just not smart yes that is what the logic is any doubts on the logics yes this is something which I found out very very long back in 3 years 4 years ago when I was trying to do the whole iteration yes when I initially started their batch that time even I did not use my head carefully that day what we did is we opened up an Excel and that Excel we did all combinations itna dalenge to kitna aayega at one point of time we realized the lowest tax is coming as 2280 and that's what came the answer that's what I mean obviously that time the tax rates were different but nevertheless the logic was the same after looking at that Excel is when I started realizing how exactly is this number coming lowest and that's when we came to an understanding saying when you are trying to push more to the bucket you're also trying to keep enough outside the bucket so that your rebate is utilized. Are we clear? Any doubts on this? Yes. Don't worry, it is never coming in exam, but it's a very, very good thing to know, people. Yes, this is how reading is different from application. You may read something, but how to apply becomes a big challenge of. Yes, that is what the whole question is. Clear with me? Any doubts? Good to go? Yes, perfect. People, with this we are done with what is called as rebate. Let's now tackle off questions on surcharge. Let's tackle questions on surcharge. People online, any doubts? புரியலனாலும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை, எக்ஸாம்ல வராது, பட் ஓகே. As per the new income tax calculator, yes, but I don't agree to it. Yeah, definitely. There's no one objecting to it, so that's the fun about law, no? When the law does not say what to do, you can do whatever you want. That is what this question is. Let's see how much smart you are. Yes, you have a tax on Mrs. Pari opting for 115. People, it's opting for 115 BSc. Be very careful. You're looking at default rules. Be very careful. Yes, I have a PGBP of 1 crore 84. I have 112A of 6 lakhs. 111A is 3 lakhs. Dividend is 9 lakhs. STCG is 20 lakhs. And 112 is 15 lakhs. At a certain stage is where you'll get stuck. Let's see if you get that answer. Can you tell me my total income? $193, 201, 202, 222, 227, 237. क्या कैलकुलेटर यूज करोगे तुम लोग? $237. Yes, I've always told you people, step number 1, find your total income. Step number 2, split them into specials and normals. Help me. PGBP is normal. Dividend 112 is 12.5 in excess of 1.25 lakhs. Then 111 is dividend is very good. Chalo. STCG is nothing is given, normal. 112 is 12.5. Now people, because this is a surcharge question, you have an additional step now. Because you are at a surcharge question, you are seeing a problem here. Problem is income is more than 2 crores. The moment income goes more than 2 crores, 4 people will stand up and say, I don't want it. 4 people are dividends 112, 112A, 111A. Yes, so I'm looking at the 4 cases, people, and the 4 cases are gonna now stand up and say, I don't want surcharge of 25. I only want a surcharge of 15. Tell me which ones. 112A is going to ask for a surcharge of 15. 111A is going to ask for a surcharge of 15. Dividend is going to ask for a surcharge of 15. Obviously, no, people, 4 incomes I told you. Dividend 112, 112A and 111A. I'm going to ask for a surcharge of 15. And 112 is going to ask for a surcharge of 15. Yes. Now, the moment these 4 parties said 15, other parties will say, we will look standalone. Tell me, people, standalone pata 1 crore 84, 20 lakhs becomes 2 crore 4. 2 crore 4 becomes 25%. Which means I am now claiming 25% on PGBP and 25% on STCG. Yes, this is what the facts is. मैंने दे दिया आंसर. बताओ क्वेश्चन करके. कहाँ अटक गया? हाँ? बहुत गंदा फंसोगे इसमें. तू MR छोड़, पहले टैक्स तो कंप्यूट कर. तुम MR से पहले टैक्स में अटकोगे. तू कर, मैं बताता हूँ. ये एक्चुअली मैंने भी रियलाइज नहीं किया इसमें MR है, बाद में रियलाइज किया. वो तो है, पक्का ही है, लेकिन MR से पहले कुछ और है इसमें. मैं दिया किसी और चीज़ के लिए हूँ. क्या हुआ? हो गया. ओह, आंसर 81, 1 लाख 790 90. अच्छा, $80,99,940. अच्छा, कंपटीशन में रहे वो तेरे से. 2 लाख कम है. ए क्या एज वेज का चक्कर नहीं है ना कोई? आई एम सीइंग 2,500 रुपीज लेस, समथिंग लाइक दैट. नहीं, वही मैं सोच रहा हूँ, इसलिए मैं सोच रहा हूँ. द डिफरेंस इज लाइक 2 लाख 2,000 और लाइक 1,600 समथिंग. वही तो क्वेश्चन है. हिमांशु, उसको डाउट है. कैसे? हम्म. हाँ हाँ, मार्जिन लीव भी कर दिया. ये फाइनल आंसर है, मार्जिन लीव के बाद आंसर ही नहीं है. एक बार के लिए MR साइड में रखो. For now, let's keep MR aside and let's get me the final answer. That's it. Because you're going to be stuck somewhere. There's going to be a particular issue, people. I'm not sure if you're realizing this issue. If you notice, I have two different surcharge rates going on. One is 25 and one is 15. But if you notice carefully, for all the cases which was 15, I have a special tax rate, so there's no problem. Except for one, which is dividends, except for one which is dividends, which means if you notice, dividends and STCG and PGBP together is one slab. And that together of one slab, some part of it is 25 and some part of it is 15. That's why you're stuck. That's why you're stuck, because now you need to decide how to do that. How to do that. Yes or no? Yes, that is where the whole problem is. That is where the whole problem is. You figure out the answer. That's where the whole challenge is. Yes. Let's answer of the easier bits. Let's answer of the easier bits. What is the easiest thing? The tax rate given, the surcharge rate given, which is 15% rules. Yes. So I'm going to my 15% rules and I'm saying my tax on 112A. My tax on 112A is 59,375. Next, 111A, 60,000. Next, 112, which is 1,87,500. 1,87,500. Yes. Now, before I apply surcharge on 25%, I need to now decide something for dividends. I need to decide something for dividends. Only then can I move forward. Only then can I move forward. Again, people, brings me to two logics. One we call correct way and one we call smart way. One we call correct way and one we call smart way. The correct way, like Himanshu did, what we'll technically do is we'll take all my slab together. We'll compute the full tax. We'll compute the full tax and we'll try to find out how much of this tax pertains to dividends and how much of this tax pertains to other incomes. Basically, we're doing an average rate model. We're doing an average rate model. That's the right way. That is what income tax portal also says. That is what income tax portal also says. But I want you to look at this carefully, people. On my PGBP income, what is my surcharge rate? 25. On my PGBP income, my surcharge rate is 25. Whereas on my dividend income, my surcharge rate is 15%. Which means if I tax more PGBP, my surcharge will be more. If I tax more PGBP, my surcharge will be more. And if I tax more dividends, my surcharge will be less. Yes. Where would I like to tax more? I would like to tax more in dividends. I would like to tax more in dividends. I would not like to tax enough in PGBP, because the more I put in PGBP, the more I end up paying tax. The more I end up paying tax in the form of increased surcharge, which means if I have a basic exemption limit given to me, the 10 lakh rupees worth of basic exemption limit, the 10 lakh worth of basic exemption limit, would I like to give it to PGBP or would I like to give it to dividends? I would like to give it to PGBP, because the more I give it to PGBP, the lower the tax, and the lower the tax, the lower the surcharge. The lower the surcharge. What Himanshu did is perfectly right. No problems here. There is only one challenge here. The moment Himanshu did an average rate of tax, the slab got proportionately split between both the parties. The slab got proportionately split between both the parties. You are right there. No doubts about it. But when nothing is given in the law, would I like to go conservative or would I like to go what is beneficial? I would like to go what is beneficial, in which case I would prefer to give all of my slab to PGBP. Give all of my slab to PGBP and leave everything else for my dividends. The moment you decided that the slab is going to PGBP, dividends is going to be taxable at, which means now even though dividends is at normal, I can decide that dividends is taxed at 30%. I can decide that dividends is going to be taxed at 30% because slab has consumed by PGBP. With this, I can now find the answer very easily. Yes, my dividends has become 30%, which means answer becomes 2,70,000. Answer becomes 2,70,000, and my slabs are on the left side. What is the left of slab? I have 2 crore 4 lakhs, 2 crore 24, 2 crore 4 lakhs. 2 crore 4 lakhs will go to my left side. For the first 24 lakhs, I will tax at 3 lakhs. For the first 24 lakhs, I'll tax at 3 lakhs, and the balance goes to 54 lakhs. The balance goes to 54 lakhs. Answer is 57 lakhs. People, on this 57 lakhs, I can surcharge at the rate of 25. Adding number is 71 lakh 25,000. Adding a cess, अभी नहीं चाहिए cess, पहले इसको total करो. Five adding a surcharge of 15 percentage. Final 663 406. Adding these two numbers together, people. 77 88 406. Adding a final says 940 40 round off.
80
कौन सा पूरा नंबर वापस से बोल.
80 lakhs
80 lakhs. One second. हाँ 80 90 99 940 is my final answer. This will happen if I choose to tax dividend at 30%. If I go for an average rate out, you will just have the extra 2,000 rupees. You'll have that extra 2,000 rupees. Everything is right. If you put it in income tax calculator, answer would be 8101,790. But if you put it outside the income tax calculator and do it smartly, the answer would be 80,99,940. 80,99,940. Any doubts on this part? Clear? Yes. Although people, before I proceed forward and conclude the answer off, let me tell you the answer is wrong. Because you have marginal relief coming in. Yes. Now you may come and ask, Rahul, the income is showing 2 crore 37. How is there marginal relief? Marginal relief as a concept only applies for normal incomes. As a concept itself applies only for normal incomes when your income is more than 2 crores. When the income goes more than 2 crores, surcharge for capital gains is always going to be 15. So there is no impact change. But for normal incomes, when the surcharge is changing from 15 to 25, I see a problem because my total slab income was 2 crore 4 lakhs. My total slab income was 2 crore 4 lakhs, which is why I technically should be doing MR also in this question. Now you're going to do the MR as a homework and come back, people. Let me just tell you how to do MR. Very simple. Your surcharge is changing for what? 25 alone. On the assumption that income is 2 crore 4 lakhs. What will I do? I will reduce the slab to 2 crores. I'll reduce the slab to 2 crores and surcharge will become 15%, which is when I will compute my tax. And then I'll say, check my differential tax versus my differential income being 4 lakhs. Why differential income being 4 lakhs? Because slab was 2 crore 4. 2 crore 4 became 2 lakhs, which my differential income is 4 lakhs. So check my differential income, check my differential tax. Difference is my marginal relief. Are we making sense? Yes. You're going to keep that thought, people, and you're going to do this question as homework and come for me. Yes. Note this question down. This is an MR question. This is an actual MR question. So you do this question for me and you come back. Okay, khali note down kar lo. So people, both the questions, the 5 which you're doing and the 6 which you're doing right now, both the questions you have to compute MR and bring back to me in the next class. Yes, note down kar lo jaldi se. Compute MR of Mr. Key. Who's a non-resident aged 76 years. Not opting for 115 BSc. People, quick question. Is a non-resident eligible for MR? Any rich person is eligible for MR. It doesn't matter what status you are. Only problems are with poor category. You cannot be a poor non-resident. You can be a rich non-resident, which means MR is equally applicable to you as well. Yes, so just keep that in mind. Yes, so I am MR of Mr. Key, non-resident age 76 years, not opting for 115 BSc. Incomes are 1 crore 80, 112A is 15, 111A is 6 lakhs. Yes, in this question, I don't want the actual tax liability, people. All I need is MR. Just give me what is the MR in the next class. That is what I need for you. Yes, so you're going to do 2 MR questions, one with that and one with this, and you're going to give me the final answers in the next class. The next question is something which you and I have already discussed, people. The one which I discussed with Himanshu just now. A case where your normal income in default regime is showing less than 12 lakhs, but overall income is more than 12 lakhs. Can you claim rebate? Portal says yes. Actually, no. This is for next class discussion. Yes, I'll give you both the alternatives, people, because honestly, even now, I don't know what ICI will assume. ICI may assume both the sides, so we have to just be careful on both the answers of. Yes, so we'll do it in the next class tomorrow. Yes, please prepare and come accordingly. Yes, tomorrow we'll be starting on discussion on tax rate of companies. We'll be moving on to the final level topics. Individual level, this is what it is, people. I've given you all the max heavy questions so that all the easy ones should be tackleable. Iske baad problem nahi honi chahiye. Yes, perfect. Thank you, people. Have a good day.